to Spartyka Fight League Radio with your hosts, Mikey V and Chris Alani.
Let's go to war! It's fight time!
You selfie or what?
I can get you in here.
Booyah! Welcome to SFL Radio. I'm your host, Mikey V. Absent is my co-host, Chris Alani. He's on the way. He's actually at Phil Fest right now. Are you going live or is this?
Just keep talking.
Jimmy's doing his thing with the thing. So I'm here at Lunasea, Key West Cafe down in Virginia Beach.
Fuck, man.
Sorry. Oops. Beep. We are at Lunasea. This is the location of our SFL 36 October 19th weigh-ins and SFL 36 after party, which will be on October 20th after the fight. Lunasea has been partnering up with us. So tonight is October 6th. Everybody knows what happens on that night. This is UFC 229, the immaculate return of Conor McGregor to the ring. So it's going to get packed here. It sounds quiet, but that's because we're tucked away. I wish I might have to pan the camera around. This is a really cool setup. If you've never been to Lunasea, they have a huge outdoor patio. It's a beautiful night tonight. Double deck. They got tables and chairs all set up in the sand. They got a 30-foot projection screen and six 60 or 70-inch TVs. Huge. It's an amazing media wall. So at some point, I'll get a couple shots, throw it up on the screen for you guys to see. I'm here with Jimmy Spartyka, the Spartyka man himself.
What's up, Mike?
Welcome to the show, man. This is going to be exciting tonight. We have this is the best seats in the house too.
I mean, they definitely hooked us up with these seats right here, and this is where weigh-in is going to be. I'm pretty pumped. We'll be back here on the 19th.
And the weigh-ins are going to be like a pretty big. We're going to do them bigger than we've ever done weigh-ins.
Yeah, so we just switched the times. Talking with the owner here, she wanted to push it back a little bit just to make sure that the media wall would be in full effect. Coming in at 5:30, it's still pretty light. So the idea was 6 to 8. So this way by 7:30, we're going to get people coming through here almost like a gauntlet, walking down, hitting their different stations. We'll pre-stage them over here to the left side or the right side of the stage. And they'll go up on the stage. We'll do some interviews, and then probably about 7:30 is when we're going to get people to walk up there, and we're going to try to make it, a spectacle. We want
some good face-offs, good show.
They want to make it a show, and
yeah.
We've got a cool little setup here, so I'm really pumped. It's my first time down here seeing it set up like this, so I'm pretty excited for how it turns out.
Yeah, so tonight, it's obviously they're starting all the pre-show stuff right now, so there's really not a lot of people here, but they're starting to come in. The cornhole boards are cranked up. You can see the bar starting to fill up. People are coming in. By the time this thing kicks off tonight, it's going to be packed out here. I cannot wait. It's going to be awesome. Chris Alani's on his way. He just texted me. We're gonna do some phone-ins with some fighters tonight.
Yeah, so that'll be pretty cool.
We're going to be calling Elias Briley on the phone and doing a phone-in with him and set up some other fighters. We have the ability to do phone-in interviews now, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, we just went down there and shot his video this past Thursday, so really excited about this main event coming up. We're going to look at, unifying the division at 145, so it should be an exciting night.
Jacob Ashley, the current champ, and Elias Briley, the interim champ. So this is going to be kind of similar to what's going on tonight with McGregor and Khabib.
That's exactly what I was thinking. And, we shot Jacob Ashley's video a couple of weeks ago. We just shot Elias's, so we'll be probably right around the time this is dropping, within a day or two. Hopefully we'll be dropping that video as well. And then tomorrow, Eddie and myself will be taking off for Jersey so we can shoot.
Yeah, you guys are going all the way to Jersey for that show.
So we're gonna drive out Sunday, spend the night, get up there, hit the video, the shoot early that morning, ish.
Yep.
And then try to jump on the road and beat traffic coming home. It's a holiday weekend, so it's going to be crazy.
That's for the Elise Reed, Angelica Martinez
the co-main
fight,
event, man.
Which is 115 female, and that's a title bout as well, right?
Yeah, so that's going to be that's for the title. Initially, we were looking at interim, but it's been about 6 events since that belt's been won.
It's been vacant, right?
Well, it hasn't been defended.
Okay.
So the current champ's been injured, and we got a confirmation that either person that wins is willing to defend against her if she's willing to come out in January, if she's healed up by then. So we decided, you can't. What's the point of doing an interim when it's been 6 events?
Yeah.
The belt was won last August. It's October. It was won August of 17. It's October of 18. So at this point, it's like, we're just going to make it a title fight. So we've got Angelica coming in from RVA, and then we got Elise coming in all the way from New Jersey.
Yeah, definitely.
So
that's going to be exciting. And, I'm not, just because I'm from Jersey doesn't mean I'm actually rooting for her.
Hey, that's okay.
I'm maintaining my SFL radio neutral position.
There you go.
We got Soto Perez and Shermer. That's going to be.
Oh, this is going to be awesome.
That's going to be
I got a feeling. I'll be surprised if it goes to the second round. I mean, these guys, there's some bad blood there.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's one of those things where people are going to come out and point fight. I think it's one of those things where they're going to come out and try to take somebody's head off.
Yeah, they're both looking for a KO. I mean, I've talked to both fighters. They're both super pumped up. I can't wait to see them in the press conference and how that goes, because I've seen them backstage when one of them isn't even fighting. So they definitely have some.
So we definitely want to keep it professional. We definitely want to keep it inside the cage. But yeah, it'll be interesting because there's definitely bad blood there. I know Rob's been training hard. I've seen some of the pictures that Soto's been posting, so I know he's been training hard.
Yeah.
And I think it's one of those fights where they're going to come out there and they're just going to try to get it, man. I mean, honestly, if it gets to round number 2, I'll be surprised. I think they're going to try to come out there. I think both of them want to end it in the first and just make a statement. So
definitely.
It'll be exciting.
That's going to be awesome. And then Makati and Kawazi, we got a team. That's going to be great. Team Rock always comes out in force. They actually have 2 fights going on that night.
They do. So we just announced the other one.
Finally got a fight for her.
Yeah. So poor Grace. I mean, we tried to get a fight for her last time. We're coming up on almost 8 years. December 4th of this year will be 8 years since SFL won.
Wow.
So you're literally talking. This event will be 6 weeks shy of our 8-year anniversary. We have never had a female 125 bout.
No.
This is the first female 125 bout.
And she was 10 years old when we started this.
That's crazy. Oh, my God,
and
man.
It's crazy to think about. And I know, so SFL was at 35? Or no, 34. She turned 18 the day after,
yeah,
right?
I think it was 2 or 3 days after that. So she missed the June event by a few days.
And then
she turned 18, and we were looking for August, and things fell through left and right.
Yep.
And even this fight, we matched her, I think, about 3 or 4 times, and finally the last one stuck.
Yep.
We're super excited.
She's fighting Jenny George. And where is she out of?
Team Primal. She's out of Team Primal, and
Okay.
we haven't announced some of the other fights, but they've got 4 of their fighters.
Nice.
3 of their fighters now. That's going to be on the card as well.
Okay.
So we'll be announcing some of those fights this week coming up, but they're going to come up from North Carolina as well.
Yep.
And it should be exciting. But I know Grace has been looking forward to this. She's gone through, I think, 3 or 4 camps.
Yeah, 3 full camps she's gone through.
She's young, but she's hungry. And Team Rock, I mean, they're super pumped. I'm excited because Connie and Tom are going to come up. They're actually going to catch my retirement the day before.
Nice.
So
Good,
they're going to be on the boat as well.
I've got plans to smoke cigars with Tom. So
there you go. So then that night we'll do weigh-ins and then fight night on Saturday. So I'm pretty pumped. Yeah. I'm sure Eden, North Carolina is going to come out in force
as always. Oh, they have a whole section all the time. So me and Chris can play our guess which section is Eden game before the crowd erupts and explodes. Then it's easy to pick them out. So anyway, great big shout out to them. I'm excited to see Tommy fight again. He had off the last SFL, so I'm excited to see him back in the cage. I know he has been training his ass off. So yeah,
Tommy, he's got a tough opponent, and Makati brings out a huge crowd. He's an ODU graduate.
I'll say he's a wrestler from there, right?
Yep. So when he competes. And it's crazy because with our schedule, it always seems like he's doing summer camps or wrestling seasons going on. So it's like we usually get him maybe 2 events a year out of our 5. Kind of works out with his schedule. He seems, pretty busy. So I'm excited about this one. It's a huge fight for a number 1 contender bout. I mean, it's definitely title worthy. It's a huge fight. I'm super excited to see it. I know Team Rock's coming out in force. But I'm sure Chris McCarty's going to have a lot of ODU people coming out there supporting him as well.
Oh, definitely. Every time he fights, it's like a huge presence in the stands for ODU. So especially doing it at the Ted Constant, it's going to be great. We got a stacked card, man. This is going to be a great fight. Originally, it was actually tonight. We moved it because of UFC 229, which actually worked out because then you actually have a night where you can have fun. And I mean, this is kind of work, but it's not.
Oh, definitely. No. I'm going to have a good time.
Yeah, no. So it's a good time here. The weigh-ins, the food they're actually setting up a special menu for the weigh-ins. So
Yeah, we haven't announced that yet, but I guess you just announced it for
Well, I just said a special menu. I'm not putting out any details, but
Yeah.
Colleen, the owner, is going to be putting together a menu just for that, which I think is awesome. So make sure you guys bring out your appetites. I know the fighters always come out hungry, and after they weigh in, they're ready to eat. So it's going to be a good time. And then, of course, if you want to stay out and you're over 21, we'll roll right into the night. This place has 2 DJs. They have a DJ for the Sandpit, which you see him up there. Shout out to DJ Well Done. And then they have a nightclub inside.
I love these DJ names. They're almost like fight names.
Yeah, well, it is. Well, his name is Weldon, and he goes by Well Done, so it kind of works out.
Yeah,
and then
that makes sense.
Phenomenal DJ. And then inside, I actually don't know who's DJing tonight in the club. We'll figure it out. I'm sure he'll come down and say hello. And this is like when me and Chris, they paired us up now. So we do,
Really?
so I do the patio out here, and Chris does the nightclub.
Oh, that
and
works
we do,
out.
we do our little like Rec AF SFL radio tag team things. It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely pumped. You know, this is a huge land. I mean, Lunasea's has been here forever. I remember coming in here doing the meeting the other day. I'm like, wow, this is what it looks like with the lights on.
Yeah,
But there's plenty of nights that I've spent inside
Yeah.
Lunasea's. And
Well, what makes this place successful is that it's not just a nightlife spot. They have a phenomenal restaurant.
Yeah.
This place, standalone on its restaurant alone, is super successful. Not just tourists, but with locals. I mean, everybody comes here to eat. I had my post-retirement dinner here.
Oh, did you?
After my retirement, we all came here. They did a crab leg dinner, like it was like the all-you-can-eat crab night. So they do a lot of really cool specials. Build your own burrito night. They do brunches. They have live music, acoustic music out here. So there's always something going on. I mean, this place is definitely a
they're
staple
doing,
of the beach.
SFL weigh-in, so we're pretty pumped about that.
Yeah, and this is hopefully the first of many future partnerships with them. I think it's definitely a good fit.
The
for
setup
us.
out here is just so sweet, man. I mean, I
Yeah.
really like it. I'm pretty pumped about watching the fights out here. There's one more fight I definitely want to hit up, man. I mean, Steve, I don't want to, I'm going to butcher his name, Zacharauskas. So he's actually a Navy chief, and he's stationed up at Fort Meade. So he's got a ton of fights. I mean, a ton of fights up in the New England area. He just recently took orders to Maryland. His camp hit us up and was just like, hey, man, you know, this guy definitely wants to come down there. It's a big Navy crowd. He's a Navy chief. He's fighting
Huggins,
and that is going to be, man, it's going to be crazy because Joe Huggins is coming down from Annapolis.
Yep.
And he's
another
got a
Maryland.
great record as well. So
He does.
we're pretty excited to see that fight. I mean, that right there at 55. I mean, the winner of that is definitely looking at competing against the current champ. So should be pretty exciting. And
Yeah, Joe's good. I enjoy watching him. He's also a great interview too. He's really nice to have on the air.
Yeah, super nice guy. I mean, he's come out here, and I didn't think he was going to be on this fight. I know he was coming off an injury. He was supposed to be fighting on the last event. And then after we had matched the title bout, I'd heard from him. And then shortly thereafter, Steve's camp reached out and said, hey, you know, this guy's new. He's got a lot of fights, but he's new to this area, this region. And we're excited, man. I mean, that's one of those fights where a lot of people don't know how exciting that fight is. Both these fighters are coming in from Maryland.
Yep.
One from Fort Meade and one from Annapolis. And, I mean, both these guys have phenomenal records and a ton of skill, ton of talent.
Yeah.
Joe used to be in the Navy and then went to Annapolis and ended up getting, I think, medically discharged from there. And he just liked the area, so he stayed up there.
Oh, nice.
And good guy. You know, he
Yeah.
fought for us once, came out victorious. And
I like to see the Maryland fighters come down because you know a lot of Maryland fighters go to Philadelphia to fight, and the drive from here to there is really, I think it's actually quicker than going to Philly, you know, or about the same. And it's nice, you know. And again, big shout out North Carolina always shows a lot of love to Spartyka and a lot of Virginia fighters, of course, because our home base. But it's nice to see people from the north come down.
I mean, the cool thing about this area, and I mean, you could see it when these fighters came up for another promotion from Florida. I mean, the rules down there are different. The cool thing about Virginia, vice North Carolina, and all these other places is the rules. It's pretty much pro rules on the amateur side. Like, if you really want to take this sport seriously and you're really looking at being a pro fighter, why not train the way you're going to end up fighting?
Train like you fight.
Exactly. And it only makes sense. And we put on, hands down, the best show around. I mean, hands down the best show
Always.
around. So.
We talk about that all the time. The you know, you've seen the videos. We've seen. I mean, watch any SFL. We always put up pictures of the crowd, pictures of the jumbotron. You know, TVs in the locker rooms. A lot of places don't do that. New gloves every time. New belts every time. You know, you defend that title 3-4 times, you're gonna have 3-4 belts hanging up on your wall. I think that's awesome. You know, recently went to another promotion. They were using your gloves. Like, that's funny.
I love when other promotions steal my photos with guys that are wearing my gloves.
They did
I
that.
love
So
it.
the photos that are
Say
coming
that all
up
the time. All kinds of promotions, man. It's like, oh, hey, let's just take this picture.
Yep, they got the
I'm sure he
Spartyka
doesn't
gloves.
have any rights to it. Sure, we'll just steal his stuff. No problem, man.
Well, the funny thing is, they're sitting there and they're trying to tape over your logo on the gloves, and I looked at it, but I could tell from the cuff. I'm like, oh, that's nice. So, and then they didn't, and even that, they're like, hey, can we borrow your gloves so another fighter can use them? And I'm like, come on, guys, you can give these guys gloves. So
amateurs. I tell people all the time, we're a professional organization that hosts amateur fights. There's a ton of amateur organizations that host amateur and pro fights.
Yeah, I was saying there's amateur ones that host pro fights too. So
there you go.
Excellent. Well, it's 9:05. So once again, and throughout those quick dates, remember October 19th, weigh-ins here at Lunasea, weigh-ins and press conference. You do not want to miss that. Obviously, the fight, October 20th, Ted Constance Center. Get your tickets online. You can get your tickets the day of at the door. Also, after party here at Lunasea. Once that fight lets out, that main event is done. That belt goes in whichever direction it's going. Get in your car, come down to the beach, hang out at Lunasea. We'll all be here partying. It's going to be a great time.
And if you can't make it out to the event, it's also available on Fight TV. And unlike some other organizations, we don't do blockouts. We're not going to block out the state of Virginia to force you to come out and buy a ticket.
That's right.
We don't run our business like that. So
Fight.tv.
There's no blackout locations. You can go to Fight TV and also order the fight and watch it at home, watch it in state, out of state, in country, out of country.
That's right. And if you haven't seen some of the other ones, you can go back and look at the 35, 34, 33, 32.
Yeah, we're going to start uploading all the albums on there. Once I roll into retirement, we'll look at start getting all that stuff updated.
That's another important date. The 19th, you retire from the Navy.
Yeah, thanks for making me feel old. Appreciate that.
I'm already retired, so what are you worried about? You're in old company, so don't worry about it. So we'll be back. I'm going to call Elias, and then we'll pipe him in and see what he's got to say.
Sounds good.
SFL Radio.
SFL Radio, Lunasea, UFC 229, SFL 36. That's a lot of titles. We're here live. I got Elias Loco Briley on the phone. How's it going, brother?
How you doing, sir? Thanks for having me, man.
Always. You are not a stranger to SFL Radio.
Thank you. Yeah, man. First off, man, it's some great fights, so my energy is through the roof right now. I am ready to go, man. That was a great fight right there, man.
So you're watching UFC as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Where are you at right now? Are you out or are you at home?
No, I'm at my friend's house, Jose. He's also a fighter. I'm at my friend's house right now, just watching these fights.
Okay.
Bro, that knockout was just ridiculous. I was really interested in that fight. He was looking great. What's his name? Turner, the Tarantula, was looking really, really good. I hope he bounces back from that. He was really good. His angles, he was hitting good angles. But what's his name? LeCue was just heavy, sitting down on his punches. I knew that was going to happen. It was a matter of time. He was a little flashy. I think he just was a little bit too comfortable. That lets you know you can never underestimate somebody.
So are you doing a little studying tonight?
Excuse me?
Are you doing a little studying tonight?
Yeah. I'm on point. The fight's only 2 weeks away, about 2 weeks away now.
Yep.
So studying's done. Now it's just making sure we're sharp, we're accurate, we're on point. A lot of stretching.
Yeah.
Sure I'm loose in drill work right now.
We talked a little bit about your match earlier. Obviously, Jacob Ashley, unification of the title.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel, man?
Oh man, I'm ready to go. I think it's a really good fight for me. Jacob is scrappy, but I see myself winning. I see myself finishing him. You know what I'm saying? Just like
what round?
Like everybody else, I feel it'll be first round.
He called it online already. I saw his post.
It'll be first round or second round. I feel if he can, I feel within I say, I don't want to sound like a straight asshole, but I feel like in 1 minute, maybe 2 minutes, he will start looking desperate. We are just two different levels striking, of course. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I feel he'll try to grab me. He will pull guard because he will not be able to take me down. He will not be able to take me down. He will not be able to outstrike me. So I'm looking forward to the pull guard. And
We'll
see down there. I got some surprises for him down there too. So I'm looking forward to showing something, showing my skills. It's going to be a good night for me, October 20th.
Well, we're Bry Liebers, which I came up with on the show. So
I appreciate that.
Because we
man,
originally,
I got to get that shirt.
That's right. Your first time, I said, man, keep an eye on this guy, and we have. It's funny. I was actually out the other night, and I was talking to somebody about your match, and and this is a random person. We were talking, and they follow Spartyka, and
Right.
you know, again, I feel like people underestimate your ground game, you know, and I did bring up the point. His wins have been by submission, so like
It's
everybody,
all been ground game,
it's
which
all
is crazy.
been ground
Like,
game. And I said, y'all talk about his striking all the time, but at the end of the day, he wins by submission. So I think people are still sleeping on it. No pun
They
intended.
have no choice, though. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if they're sleeping on it or they just have no choice. Do they want to get knocked out? They try? They try to strike with him. Do they want to get knocked out, or do they want to get their legs whipped up and their hair rattled, or do they want to go down on the ground and get choked? I feel like they pick in there.
Yeah.
And that's what that is. So I don't know, but I know Jacob. If I was him, I would have one approach to this fight, and I am very prepared for that approach. I don't think he's a better grappler than me. I think now let me say I do think he has some good grappling. I do think he's good, and I do think he's scrappy. But we're not going to make it a fight. I will be accurate. So hopefully, you know what I'm saying, we can get to the third round. I haven't got to the third round all year, and then, man, I can start digging down to the body and spinning a little bit when they slow down and show some more things. But I'm ready.
Yeah,
just know I'm ready.
You got to perform with what they give you, and I'm excited to see it, man. It's going to be an amazing fight. Who do you got tonight for Khabib McGregor? What do you got?
Woo! All right, that's a 50-50 fight, but I'm going for McGregor for sure. I like McGregor. If you want to talk about like stylistically, I think that it will be harder. I think they keep talking about the Chad Mendes fight. That was like 4 years ago. You know how much the man has grown within 4 years? Like, I was a kid 4 years ago, basically. You know how much has changed in 4 years? I think he'll be well prepared for a grappling match. Just like, this is kind of a fight like what I'm going through right now. His stance is really wide. I don't think it'll be easy to get past those legs, and if Khabib does take him down, the fight starts back standing every round, and it's a dangerous game when it starts back standing. Let's say he does beat him down in the first round, and the bell rings. He needs to get him out of there. He needs to finish him early because it starts over every time. And I think it's going to be the best counter. I don't think he's scared at all. I think he wants this fight. The man made $100 million. He didn't have to come back. He wants the fight. So I mean,
he's on track from what they've been saying. He's on track to make $100 million on this event right here. So it's crazy, though. I mean, the thing with Khabib is he's never. Not only is he undefeated. What's he, 23-0 or 26-0? 26-0. Not only is he undefeated, but he's never lost a round. That's unbelievable, man.
That
doesn't mean I'm not putting my money on Conor. I'm just saying that is just phenomenal in this game.
My money is on Conor tonight, man.
My money's on Conor as well. But at the end of the day,
it's
like, man, 26-0 and never lost a round.
That's amazing, especially in this sport. You don't get that's not a normal. You know.
I mean, because this is one of those things where anybody's got to punch it. You know, a fighter's chance, man. Like, you know, people lose rounds and still win and still have great records. But to go 26-0 and never even lost a round,
that man is a bear.
So if Conor pulls this off, man, that's just
wow.
It'll be exciting, man. I'm pumped to watch it.
Now, I'm not saying that I don't think that he can. It's a 50-50 fight. You know what I'm saying? And,
well, it's funny because earlier you compared their fight to your fight. And if you when you listen to this podcast, when we did the intro, me and Jimmy actually did the same thing. We actually compared your fight to their fight, so I think that's going to be cool.
It's very similar. I know that Jacob is preparing well for a striking match, but it has not been enough time. It's not enough training in the world. It's not enough preparation in the world for him to be a better striker than me. So I am prepared for him to try to push me up against the cage, try to grab me. We're going to be looking for underhooks. He's going to be looking for underhooks. It's going to be a scramble when we get down there. You know what I'm saying? Like, even though I've submitted everybody, my submissions have been explosive. So I would like for him to be on point and, really let me show some real flow grappling. Let's get it going. Let's really see something. But I think if we go down there too, I ain't going to give away my game. You know what I'm saying?
Of course not.
But if we go down there too, I think I'm better than him. I'm a lot stronger than what he think I am.
He's going to be listening to this, so.
And I'm explosive. I believe in myself. I'm not cocky. Well, I mean, I might be cocky. I am not arrogant. I believe in my hard work. I definitely think that I am the best 145er out there. I think I am the best 145er out here. I am the most well-rounded. Like, there are a lot of great fighters, And, you know, there's a lot of respect to the VA fighters. You know, there's a lot of respect to North Carolina fighters and all the other fighters. But I am the most well-rounded when you talk about most of those guys are good wrestlers. Just to be honest, good wrestlers do jiu-jitsu. You know what I mean? You know, was in college and you want to take somebody down. They don't fight. They don't get down there and dig down. And so it's easy to preparate for them. Everybody on the roster, I just got to get ready for a takedown, you know, stuff the head, crossface, all of that. But whatever. I think I finished Jacob round 1, round 2, 7 minutes tops.
Okay. Well, you put it out there in the universe, and like I said, I'm sure he'll be listening. So we'll see what he has to say. And in a few weeks, you get to prove it, my brother.
Couple weeks away.
I'm excited to see
we're
you.
less than that. I mean, we're now.
I would say it's like less than a couple weeks. Yeah.
Yeah, 2 weeks from tonight.
Exactly.
2 weeks away.
And I missed last
away.
time you were in town. I missed you. I was trying to catch up with you, but I'm excited to see you on the 20th. We'll have to do some catching up. Come out and say hi to me and Chris at the table.
Oh, definitely. Thank you so much.
I tell you what, man, you have had an explosive year with us because, like, you came out and like nobody knew you.
He started the night that we started.
Yeah,
SFL
such
Radio.
a huge fan base, man. It's crazy how you know, it's been a hell of a ride, man. It's been a hell of a year.
Virginia loves you, brother. Virginia loves you.
I appreciate it, Jimmy. It's been nothing but good business, and it's not over yet. We're a couple weeks away. And hey, man, I hope Jacob's preparing. I honestly, like I said, I feel like I am the champion. I've been at every event since I met you guys. I fought at every event. I made no excuses. We didn't pick nobody. We didn't ask for nobody. Whoever they gave me, I said yes to. I finished everybody this year. You get what I'm saying? And I haven't seen Jacob in the back holding no pads for nobody, not in nobody's corner, you know, nothing. If he beats me, he looks like the king. So he needs to just train hard. But I am prepared. I could talk all day. We could talk all day. But, you know, the skills is there. I will be ready everywhere. And I'm just very, very excited to fight you guys again. It's going to be a great fight.
Yeah,
if I can't knock him out or submit him, it's going to be a great fight. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, you've been on 4 of the 5 cards this year.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you went from, like, who's this guy right here to, like, fan favorite, man, main event.
Yep.
2-time main event.
We've been
back-to-back main
time.
event. So,
right.
and I still got those. I got those tickets for you. And you know what? Like, just send me your address, man. I'd rather mail them to you because I had them with me the other day, and I forgot to give them to you.
Man, appreciate that.
And I know with Fight Night, it's going to be so crazy to get you those tickets from the last event that you were on.
Thank you. That's going to be part of it.
But they're in my car right now. I haven't forgotten about you.
That's going to be a big thing in the future, man. So definitely, if you can do that for me, man.
And if we weren't messing around with SD cards and micro SD cards and shit like that, I probably would have gave you the tickets
Eddie,
then.
Man. Shout out to Eddie, man.
Shout out to fucking Plan to Fail.
Is Eddie coming out today?
Nah, he's watching this at home.
He's bloody elbowing it today.
Fail to plan to fail.
All right. Well,
I'm going to be screaming for Connor tonight. All right, when the sparks fly.
Heck yeah! Well, hey, I'll shoot you a text after the match is over. We're gonna jet off here. We got a couple more interviews to do. Thank you for taking the time out to talk about it.
Thank you so much.
And good luck, man. Thanks for everything. Stay healthy, train hard, and we will see you.
Yep. See you in 2 weeks.
Yeah, 13 days from weigh-ins.
2 weeks. I'll be 1 pound under.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, brother.
Good night. Well, you heard it right there. Well, we ain't done yet, but then things back on. See what Jacob Ashley has to say about that, and I think it's exciting. So,
pretty pumped, man. It's a great event that we've got coming up. I'm super excited about it. Great fight night today. I mean, October is just turned out to be a great MMA month.
Yeah, it's been good. Well, we'll take a break here. We'll do some socializing here. You can see it's obviously starting to fill up. We got people at the tables all around us. Get some hellos and hugs in and some drinks. And then we will be back on with some guests.
SFL Radio.
And we are back. SFL Radio. We're here at Lunasea, UFC 229, getting ready for SFL 36. That's a mouthful. Boom.
Oh, guess who was back?
Guess who's back? Chris Alani, my co-host. He was at the Phil Fest, which is Filipino Fest.
Which was also sponsored by Charles Barker Toyota.
Oh, excellent. Oh,
So yeah, they were giving away stuff too. So I was like, they recognized me from there. So I was like,
Yeah.
that's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So
Actually, so funny that I recognized the GM from there was out at a car show recently, and I was there with my 63 Ford showing it, and he came by and
Show
he was
off.
like, he was like, "Hey, Mikey V." I was like, "Hey, what's up?" So that was cool to catch him out there. So anyway, welcome back. You can see Lucy is filling up nicely. All the seats are filling up in the sand pit. They got private tables. It's rolling. I'm excited. You got here a little late, but
I was gonna ask you, man. Do you guys have a fight? Did you guys talk about fight predictions or what you think is gonna happen tonight?
We didn't really talk about fight predictions. We actually talked about all the upcoming SFL stuff for 36. Obviously, Jimmy gave some insight into the fight. I have been maintaining my neutral SFL radio stance on everything. No, I can be honest. I personally would like McGregor to win. That's who I like better. But I was talking about it upstairs. I think it can go either way. You can't look at their records necessarily. It's going to be who wants it more. They're both incredible fighters. They're both extremely talented. They're both insanely conditioned. They're coming from two completely different backgrounds. But I think
I want to say it's a coin toss for me.
It really is.
Really, honestly, this fight, I feel it can go either way. It's just who wants it more. You said it perfectly. But shout out to Lunasea for letting us be in here and to go ahead and allow us to go ahead.
Formiga just won by unanimous decision, so that was for one of the Pettises.
Okay. Well, tell you what, me and Mike, we both actually DJ here at Lunasea.
Yep.
In
This
fact,
is home base for us.
Yep.
One of them.
Well, in fact, we're actually going to be DJing together. So we actually have a little SFL little night every time.
We do. I do the we actually talked about that. I do the patio. You do the club. So we actually have a date coming up. I think it's.
Oh, look at this, man! Look at
Wow.
We are moving up in the world.
This is all new. This is all new for him. We got our lights.
Oh, yeah.
We got our lights going finally. So when we do the fight for SFL 36, you'll actually be able to see us and the fighters instead of by the bathing light of the jumbotron. So we'll have our own lights. We did a phone in with Elias Bradley. It was our first phone interview. He's extremely well. I can tell you right now. He's watching UFC 229. He's extremely pumped up and energetic. We're 2 weeks out from the fight. He basically predicted a first round. He said no more than 7 minutes. Tops. He's gonna knock him out. He's going for that stand up.
When it comes from Elias, I believe it. He's loco, man. He's loco, bro.
But we're excited. I'm trying to get a hold of Jacob Ashley tonight. It's funny because all the fighters are basically watching this fight tonight. So I'm trying to get some more phone-in interviews. We'll see who we can get. But we have a couple of the ring girls out here tonight. We have some fighters showing up later. They're going to be doing rounds and saying hi to everybody. It's really good energy here, man. I'm enjoying it. And we're watching the fight on a 30-foot projection screen, which is amazing.
And it is beautiful outside.
Oh, the weather
isn't
perfect.
too hot. It isn't too humid. It's
perfect Virginia fall weather.
Yes, finally.
Yes,
Jesus.
yes. So we have this podcast. We have our press conference coming up at Mona Lisa Pizzeria, like always. We'll probably do one more. I think we're going to either do one at the Toyota dealership or one of the gyms. I forgot what Jimmy said. But anyway, we have a couple podcasts coming up. We've been kind of quiet for the lead up into SFL 36. We were working out some last minute fight card, finalizations. Now that we have a good solid card, expect us to start bringing in some fighters for some interviews. I do want to point out that we did a podcast with Dan Brooks from UFC Gym, who UFC Gym Norfolk sponsors SFL Radio. So big shout out to them. The day after the podcast, I had said, I'm going to go work out. Are you going to work out? And I showed up to the gym and trained in Muay Thai, and you did not.
I did not.
Well, you did show up to sign your girl up for a membership, but you did not train, and to my knowledge, you didn't train all week. Not only did I trained with the pastor of Disaster, Preston Hawker, at Freedom Fellowship. I went there and did a session with him.
Did you get to work with his favorite pad holder?
I did. He didn't hold pads for me. We did some touch drills and some other things, but it was good. It was good conditioning. Again, showed me how out of shape I am cardio-wise, but it was a good time.
I want to see more of Pastor Disaster, man. He was.
He's got, he's. I asked him if he's coming out the next fight. If he's gonna, he doesn't know yet, so we'll see.
Okay. Well, hopefully we'll see
he's
more of him.
Busy with the church. He's got a lot of stuff going on, but he's training like he's got a fight coming up. I'll tell you that. He don't stop.
Oh my God, I see it. Did you see his videos online?
Yeah.
That guy puts in work.
He doesn't stop.
I get tired watching him.
So we talked a lot about the fight card with Jimmy on, so we won't rehash that. But we're gonna take a quick break here, grab some drinks, We're going to go around and make the rounds. Like I said, there's definitely a few hundred people here already. I feel like this place is going to be shoulder to shoulder pretty soon. Thanks for tuning in, and we will see you guys soon.
SFL Radio.
Welcome back to SFL Radio. We are here at Lunasea, UFC 229, getting ready for SFL 36, and I have Tommy, Little T. Kuwazi, on the phone. How's it going, brother?
Going pretty good. How about you?
Good, man. Are you watching the UFC fight tonight?
I was. I kind of snuck outside for this interview real quick, but definitely a good night of fights so far.
Are you guys having a little house party down there in Eden?
Not much of a house party. We had some family friends come over.
Nice.
Just kind of hanging out in the living room. We ate salads for dinner. That was fun.
Okay. Well, it's funny because I didn't have your phone number, and I was sitting here, and I'm like, oh, I want to call another out-of-town fighter, and because us being super unorganized and last minute, we come up with a phone feature at an event, and I'm like, so I hit your mom and dad up on social media, and I'm like, hey, what's Tommy's number?
Well, I'm honored you chose me.
Oh, always, man. You not your first time on SFL Radio, and you always put on a really, not just a good show in the ring, but you always do an awesome interview. SFL 35, you were there watching your teammates compete, and you came on the show with your dad, so always a pleasure. SFL 36, you were back in the cage. How's it feel?
It feels really good. I feel like Spartyka's my home now. I mean, I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I mean, if the label amateur wasn't on this show, you would never guess that it was amateur.
Yeah, it's actually funny you said that because when you listen to this whole podcast, the intro that me and Jimmy did, he said we are a professional organization that throws amateur fights.
Oh, yeah, no, that's one of the most accurate statements I've ever heard.
And you might be from North Carolina, but I'll tell you what, you have garnered quite a fan base here. Virginia loves the Kuwazis. They love Team Rock. You guys are a class act, and I'm excited to see you get back in the ring, brother.
I'm very excited to be back in the ring.
So the last time everybody saw you fight, obviously, it didn't go your way. What have you done differently to prepare for this fight?
I like to take the losses. Losses are never a good thing at first mentally, but I believe in the long run they fuel you to become a better fighter. I haven't changed much of my training, but I've intensified it definitely. I picked out some things from that fight I needed to work on, and I've just sharpened a lot of my tools in the last couple of months preparing for this fight.
Yeah, I mean, you've been following online, right?
Yeah. I don't know if Tom, if you knew that. Like, I'm also it's Chris. I don't know if we're doing a phone interview, so I didn't know if you heard me earlier, but I'm on the phone too. And dude, I'm first of all, your whole family is awesome. Like on social media, like I feel like I interact with your family on a daily. I'm not gonna lie.
Every photo I've seen of your camp is like you just sprawled out on the mat, like in a puddle of sweat, just done.
Yeah.
So I mean, I can tell you're pushing it.
I was gonna ask you. So with your last fight, I saw that in the beginning you were slowing down, but in the third round, that's when you picked up your momentum. Have you prepared yourself to come at it because this is your next fight since coming off of that in Spartyka?
Yep.
And I guess I want to see, are we going to see that ferocity in the first and the second round right off the bat?
I never like to plan. I mean, I say I never like to plan ahead. I always like to know what I'm going to do in case something happens, but I never know what's going to happen. If he comes out ferocious, I want to be prepared for that, but then again, I want to be prepared to, not expend all of my stamina at once. I'm kind of a whatever happens guy.
Of course. And you're going against Chris, and Chris is a ODU wrestler. He's got a big Virginia following. You, of course, you guys always bring a ton of people from Eden, North Carolina. I think for out of town, I mean, by far you bring the most people. You always have a big full section. So I think crowd-wise, you guys are going to be, the crowd's just going to go nuts when you guys fight.
Oh, I can't wait for that. When Samson and I fought, I was cheering both sides of the crowds on to come third round. There was a Tommy chant going, a Samson chant going. I was kind of ramping them both up. I was like, yes, keep cheering both of us on.
Definitely. Yeah, so it was that was an exciting fight. For those that missed it, that was SFL 34, correct?
Yep.
Yep, SFL 34, and you can catch that on fight.tv, so you can watch that. We actually you're actually one of the first people that didn't win that sat down with SFL Radio, so we appreciate that.
Oh, absolutely.
Cool, man. Well, I will let you get back to your house party and tell your family that we said hello. And we're looking forward to seeing you on the 19th for weigh-ins. And me and your pops are going to smoke a cigar. You're welcome to. Well, no, you shouldn't smoke a cigar with us.
I'm looking forward to coming on. I'm looking forward to fighting Chris. I know he's gonna have a lot to bring to the table. He's a great fighter, and I'm looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, hey, you have a good night. Enjoy the rest of the fights, and we'll see you in a few weeks.
I'll see you in a few weeks. Y'all have a good night.
All right, brother.
And there you have it. That was Little T.
Yeah?
Team Rock. I love that kid.
Oh, dude, he's such a class
He's
act.
oh my God, he's a good kid, man.
He is definitely the embodiment of the sport, and a lot
Team
of our
Rock in general.
they are.
Yeah, they're just.
And it's funny
good
because
people, man.
you know some of these people, like we talked about Elias Briley, his first fight was our first fight for SFL Radio, and it's like as he's become like a Spartyka superstar, we've kind of been with him on that journey, and Tommy was kind of in the same boat.
Yep.
Because if you remember, I mean, like that match was one of our big matches where we interviewed Samson and we were going back and forth, and we got to interview him and his family. We got to go down to the press conference in Eden, North Carolina, and I feel like they're family to us too, and they're definitely part of SFL Radio, not just Spartyka Fight League. It's awesome.
I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hard to stay impartial. We got to keep our SFL.
It is.
Yeah, but
our neutrality.
But in actuality, they're just good all around people. I love seeing them, and I love seeing the town of Eden, North Carolina coming down.
Of course,
it's very supportive.
And again, Chris McCate, he's a huge ODU alumni. He's a wrestling coach there. He's a incredible. I forget what rank he was, but he was like top in the nation when he wrestled for ODU. He's got a huge fan base there, so I just think it's going to be cool to see, kind of a Virginia versus North Carolina thing and kind of see how that thing goes.
Always a fun time, and we're from Virginia, so we try not to be partial, but I hate to say it, like when you got nice people coming from North Carolina, it's kind of hard, man.
Yeah, well, they're both class acts, and I'm excited to see them bang
Chris,
it out,
yeah.
and then have Chris and Tommy sit down with us after the fight and talk about it. And they're two of the guys that'll do that.
Hopefully, I'm wanting to talk to Chris too, man, because like I said, first of all, I love his last name, Macate. It just sounds like Tecate beer, It's like, I love saying that, but. And also his name is Chris. I mean, obviously he's destined for greatness.
Oh my God.
So I mean, I'm just saying, I'm throwing it out there. His name is Chris. My name's Chris. I'm awesome. He's probably awesome.
Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything.
Well, if you can hear the music in the background,
DJ Well Done is getting up.
Lunasea is getting lively. Seats are filling in.
Match is about to start, so the music's gonna be getting down. We're actually gonna get up. I want to see this. She came out with the Muay Thai the headband on.
Yeah, we said you're gonna get little ones for your beard soon, right?
So I did a beard ponytail the other day, and I did 3 bands.
Yep.
Which is my green belt.
Dan told us what they were called. I forgot what they're called. I want to get those little those Muay Thai bands. Yeah.
So on our other podcast, we talked about it. Dan Brooks was a guest, and he told us what the traditional thing, all the traditional Muay Thai
yeah, the Muay
things
Thai
are.
they wear on their heads. We said we're gonna put them on his beard. But
she came out with that, not the beard, obviously. But the headband.
If she came out with the beard,
All right, wait. We're gonna go watch this fight. We're gonna say hi to a bunch of people. Lunasea is getting crazy. You gotta come out on the 19th for weigh-ins. You gotta come out to the after party on the 20th after the fight. We will see you guys out here. In the meantime, keep it real.
36.
Let's see what happens.
SFL Radio.
And we're back. SFL 36 Enlist here at Lunasea. Interesting enough, we actually have Lunasea employees here with us today.
We have the Lunasea Notorious. Like as you said, the only comment that matters tonight.
The only comment that matters to me tonight.
There you go.
Introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? I'm Connor Wall, chauffeur from Lunasea over on Virginia Beach.
That's right. Connor, you've been bartending here how long?
Just over a year and a half now.
Okay, get a little closer. There you go.
Cool.
Yeah, so you're like one of the superstar bartenders here. This is like one of the busiest night spots at the beach. You're always on the main busiest bar.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You have hair that I'm very jealous of.
I know, very voluptuous.
Hey, man, you got the beard. I got the hair.
I know,
make a
right?
great team.
That's it.
And then we look at me,
And then we got the Asian.
and we're like, he's Asian. That's the best he can do.
So tell us a little bit about what it's like working here.
Man, it's one of the coolest spots down here. There's a really cool vibe. It's open air atmosphere. We got a lot of cool music that plays here. Somebody plays here a lot.
Cough, cough.
Yes, sir. It's a really cool vibe. We got a lot of cool employees that work here. It's one of my favorite spots because the owner really puts a lot of money back into the place. So she's always updating. She's always doing a little bit of something different. We got a different event and promo every single night of the week.
Yep.
We got a lot of cool events coming up. You know, we're doing Sunday football every single Sunday. We got a great special with that. It's a $20 special. It gets you a bunch of drinks, gets you some food, all included for $20. You can reload it for $15. We got Halloween coming up. It's going to be a Harry Potter Halloween.
Yep, that's
and then
right.
coming up right after that, we are going to be your #1 spot for all your catering events for Christmas parties and your New Year's as well. So we got a lot coming up.
I will say, definitely for Halloween parties, I mean, obviously we have our own things that we do because we're both DJs, but this place, you guys, I actually helped decorate when you did the Mad Max theme.
It's unreal.
You guys go so hard on Halloween, like the decor and the amount of promotion that you guys put into it. Even
the
with
DJ that was like hanging from a scaffolding, that was unreal.
Yep.
That was unreal.
Wait, what?
They did Mad Max, and it was like actually brought the sound for that, helped do all the
That's
sound.
crazy.
Dude, it was insane because
We had girls
they had
in cages
scaffolding
and dancer boxes that were
above-
hanging. Oh, it was unreal.
Yeah, above the 30-foot screen. You had to climb up like 20 feet, 25 feet up to the scaffolding to DJ. It was super dope. But you guys got a 30-foot projection screen, 6, I think, what are they, 60-inch TVs?
Yeah, we got
on the
we
side.
got 6 outside. We got 9 inside. We
That's
got
right.
3 more up on the top deck. So, and 1 at least at every single bar. So there's always something to watch, always something to drink.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of my favorite spots down here, and that's not just because I work here.
Yeah, and you're one of our favorite bartenders.
I appreciate that.
We always talk about me and Chris, both DJ here, and I love when you and Dan are tag teaming that top deck bar. That's my
Dan
favorite.
Halen and Con Snow, that's Swole Halen, and then Con CONN.Snow. That's my Insta. You guys can follow me, Swole Halen. You can follow him.
Yeah, and actually,
Yep. They
your
live
followers
together.
can follow us because you have like 10 times more followers on Instagram than we do.
Hey,
We need to
man,
step up
I'm
our
on the come
game.
up.
No, we need to start wearing a wig that looks like that.
Yes.
It's just the hair. I told somebody today, they were like, you need to get a hair sponsorship, and I was like, I'm the next Troy Polamalu. You watch out. Hair and shoulders, here I
You,
come.
There you go.
You do a little training, don't
shoulders.
you?
No, I'm looking to get into some. Dan and I spar sometimes after work, but
'cause I know Dan does. Dan's
Yeah.
into it, but I know me and you have talked about it. So
yeah, I mean,
I gotta ask you, Connor, who would win in a fight though, you or Dan?
I don't know. He's a little older, so I mean, I think I got the step on him, but he's got the
But he has
technique.
experience,
So
he has
he's-
experience.
I mean, we both have experience, but
he's
it's
also
usually
got
been
that
a little street fight.
He's got that old man strength,
in the
which,
cage,
which I know
yeah.
something about. So, hey, what
He's
else?
my Miyagi, so.
What do you got tonight for the other Conor McGregor? What do you got for the McGregor-Khabib fight? Who you
So
thinking?
I'm picking Connor in the first 2 rounds. If Connor doesn't make it in the first 2 rounds, he's gonna get
Gassed
worn out
out.
and gassed out, and then Khabib's just gonna play with him after that and take him to the ground eventually.
Yeah.
He's not gonna be able to hold up with that ground defense that long. So I'm taking Connor in the first 2 rounds. If not, then it's Khabib all the way.
By the time everybody listens to this, we'll know the answer,
Yeah,
and then
there
you'll
you
know
go.
if he's right or not. So we're actually watching the Lewis Volkov fight right now. Phenomenal. Bar's filling up nice. We got a good crowd. All the tables are full, chairs are full. I just think it's cool. It's like almost like a drive-in movie vibe tonight,
for
which
sure.
is dope.
Yeah, we do this
really
every single Sunday too. So the
You do
same
movie night,
the same, We do movie nights on Wednesdays. Last week we did Poltergeist and another one. So we're doing movies every Wednesday. Tuesday we're doing 2-for-1 fajitas and Jesse Chong audition. It's like The Voice, and you get to vote on our Lunasea app. So download our app from the web store or the Google Play Store, whatever Android uses. I'm a team iPhone, so I don't know.
Oh God. Yeah.
But yeah, and then Thursdays we got a good local music band that comes out and plays every single Thursday. It's either Woodwork or Sopas. They're always out here. And then Friday, Saturdays is our bread and butter. If you haven't been out here, you got to come experience it. We got cornhole, we got ladies on dancer poles. You never know.
That's right.
You heard it further. When was the last time you heard of a club having their own app, man?
Yeah.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, this is the place to be always, and you got to come out when me and Chris do our double team DJ thing. That's the best.
Back to back, baby.
That's it. We August 9th. I keep saying August. God, I think it's the beer. October 19th. October 19th. We are doing our weigh-ins here, the official Spartyka weigh-ins. It's going to be awesome. Press conference. We're going to put on a really cool show for that. We're actually going to do the weigh-ins more of a show style that we've done in the past. It's going to be great. So all the fighters are going to be out for that. They're actually, Colleen's putting on a special menu we talked about. I don't want to reveal too many secret details about that
We're
yet.
super excited to have you guys
But-
here. We're blessed to have you guys here, and
Oh,
honestly,
it's great that you guys are hosting us and hosting this, and then we're going to do the after party. So the 20th, when you're done with the Ted Constant Center, after you see the main event, whichever belt goes in which direction, we won't say where, but come out here. We'll try to get one of the champs to come out, bring the belt. I know some of the ring girls are going to come out. Me and Chris will be here. It's going to be a
I
blast,
like
man.
that.
Always a blast.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Well, we actually took you away from your bar, so I know your compadre up there is by himself, so we'll let you get back to bartending.
Well, thank you guys for having me. I appreciate you guys letting me on the show, and I hope to be back here soon.
Yeah, and you're actually going to be on our other podcast. That's 100%.
Right.
Throw your social media out there.
Yeah, so you guys can find me once again on Instagram at consnow, CONN.snow. And then, like I said, Volkov is down. Lewis just knocked him out.
10 seconds left, too, in the round.
Oh, man.
Too. Wow.
I thought that was going the other way.
That was amazing. So, as you can hear, the energy here is awesome. It's like being at the Ted Constance Center for one of our fights. I love it. Well, hey, man, thanks for coming out. Thanks for, maybe we'll get you.
Most def.
Maybe we'll get you when you get in the ring. Maybe come out and get you fighting in the league. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Once I get a little more training on my belt, a little more strength in my arms, we'll get it.
Yeah, man.
I'm Team Snow. Team
There
Snow
we
all
go.
the way.
Team Snow.
All right, thanks for coming out, brother. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
SFL Radio.
Welcome back to SFL Radio. I'm your host, Mikey V.
And I'm Chris Alani.
I'm Kevin Bianchi Jr.
I was going to introduce him, but he did it himself.
I did it myself. So I might be like 9 drinks deep, if I'm being completely honest.
We ran into one of our fighters here, past fighters. So you were in, what SFLs were you in?
25 and crud. What was the other one? They told me I'm not allowed to curse, so I have to say crud instead of what I would normally say.
Well, it's family friendly, so.
Yeah.
Spartyka 36 is a family-friendly event. Bring the kids.
That's right.
No, that's
Bring
true.
your mom.
Bring everyone to Spartyka 36. I'm going to hold up this poster. Bring them all. I'm not on the fight card, which is super sad because of doctor stuff that I won't get into.
But you will be. So you actually are 3-0 right now, right?
No, I'm 3-1. I
3-1?
I lost to a gentleman named Ryan Patterson at Cagezilla, who I have to give absolute credit to. He taught me a lot about my game. I got it's the only time I've fought and I've been shut down to that extent. I had a game plan. I feel like I didn't even get to fight because he took what I wanted to do and he kept me from doing it.
See, I didn't even know about that loss.
I utterly lost. In the first round, he tapped me out and he was the better man that night.
Let's talk about
a lot of amateur fighters make excuses. I don't make excuses.
But let's talk about your wins, because your wins were awesome.
And they were also in Spartyka.
Yep. And your first match was what? How many seconds? It was over quick.
No, both the Spartyka finishes were second round.
Oh, they were second round.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Well, we weren't actually affiliated then at that point, but
we were affiliated, but you weren't affiliated with Spartyka.
I have been your friend for
those
years.
of you viewers that don't know, I've known Mike Vecchio longer than any other Spartyka person. I'm just throwing that out there.
It's true, you have.
Mike's a good guy.
And
if you ever want an intelligent person to smoke a cigar with and have an intelligent conversation, Mike Vecchione.
Thank you.
And go to his new cigar shop that he opened. I was there the other day. It's really nice.
We actually do plug it. We technically sponsor ourselves with that, so it's good.
I wish we had some shots to take right now.
What?
I wonder if I wonder if someone could go get us some shots to take on the air.
What do you think about? So right now, I will say this: it is 11:55 at night. The event's going on. It's packed here. Great crowd. I actually walked through the nightclub. DJ Shydot is in the club tonight. He's killing it up there.
I mean, surprisingly,
they have a great. They're showing the fight in the club, but they actually have a really good dance floor going on right now during the fight, which I think is pretty cool. But the tables are packed, the sand's packed,
and they played our Spartyka. They played our video.
We did.
On the main stage. Yep, we were
on
there.
Commercial came on, and that was cool. And we actually auctioned off a table, which was dope. Eight person VIP table. So we actually had. One of the spectators here got a raffle ticket. Everybody who came in got a raffle ticket. Somebody won a table for 8 VIP for SFL 36.
And listen, if you guys have never been to a Spartyka fight, go. And if you can get the VIP tables, get them. Jimmy Partyka, you have to give him a ton of credit. I'm one of those people that I love every promoter, I love every promotion, but Spartyka needs to get a lot of credit for their presentation, for how, if you're a common spectator, you won't realize the fact that you're watching a fight.
And honestly, one of the guys I was talking to here, he said, well, I think I'm going to get a nosebleed seat. And I joked around. I said, you won't. Well, no, you could see everything because of the Jumbotron.
Wherever the wreck you want.
Yes.
Hey, caught myself for you guys. And that's saying something, because like I said, this is like my ninth.
There's no bad seat in the house, so.
By the way,
there really isn't. There really
Walsh, bartender at Lunasea, makes a great.
He was just on here. We had him on.
I freaking love that guy.
See, there you go. Testament to Connor right there. We didn't even tell him to say anything about Connor.
Do not
talked about Connor
anything
right there.
I do is a testament to Connor. I can't stand that guy. Which brings us to UFC 229, the fight card we're watching tonight.
So what do you got going on with, who do you have tonight?
In the main event or the co-main event?
The main event.
let's start with co-main, since that's about to happen. So co-main event,
Well,
Tony...
I was going to say, that's actually happening right now. They're
Yes,
just
it is. Tony
getting in the
Ferguson
ring.
just entered the cage. He's about to fight Anthony Pettis. So, both of these fights are so
You
interesting.
know Kyle, too?
Yeah, and someone needs to...
Sorry.
Hey, excuse me, sweetheart. Can you go give Kyle... She needs to get him his ticket because I'm on the radio. Can you go give Kyle Douthty his ticket? Answer the phone. I'm on the radio right now, so I can't give it to him. But if you answer the phone, he's right outside. Thank you, sweetheart. Yeah. This is probably the single most interesting interview you guys have ever had, isn't it? For Spartyka.
No.
Talking about
we've had
weird
ones.
Spartyka. I'm very happy to be able to
Actual
entertain
Spartyka
everyone.
fights, we've had weird stuff happen.
Yeah, we've had
people
awesome-
jumping on stage.
But
and all
okay,
this
so both of these fights are so hard to pick a winner in because they're such interesting matchups. Interesting is the word I use to describe both these matchups. For this one, you have two truly dynamic strikers. What it's going to come down to is whether or not Anthony Pettis is able to manipulate angles. Tony Ferguson is a fantastic striker, but he has one crucial downfall. He comes in and out. He doesn't take angles as well as a lot of other strikers could. He comes in and out. He gets his combos off and he gets out. It's great that he does that, but if he took angles better, it would make him a better striker. He doesn't do that. Anthony Pettis can manipulate angles, but I haven't seen him do it as much lately. So that's what it's going to come down to. My personal pick for the co-main event, and it's a tough fight to pick, but I have to go with Tony Ferguson. I think Tony Ferguson wins.
Okay.
This one, I think he wins it by...
What?
I think he wins it by decision.
And there you go. See, we got people walking by. This is
I know.
how we
this
roll.
is- So
We
what
got
about...
Jimmy Spartyka here. Is he going to hop on the air with us? The man himself, Jimmy Spartyka?
No.
That's
He
too
already
bad because we all love Jimmy Spartyka. We all love Jimmy Spartyka. Jimmy, hop on. Hop on. As for the main event, everybody who knows me knows. I mean, Mike, you know me. What's my opinion on Conor McGregor?
You don't like him?
I do not like Conor McGregor. I don't like how he's never defended a belt. I don't like his antics. I think this sport should be about fighting, not about talking. And he's a talker, not a fighter. That being said, dude can fight when he wants.
Yeah.
When he wants
Yeah.
to. The man went 10 rounds with one of the greatest boxers of all time. So for those of you that know, I actually like watching boxing better than MMA.
Sweet
Floyd
science.
is in my top. It is the sweet science.
So-
Floyd is in my personal top 5 pound for pound
Hold on.
boxers of all time.
So what I'm saying
And
is
Conor
you're-
fought incredibly
You're
intelligently.
calling Khabib then.
I will call Khabib. But if I had to put it on a percentage scale, I would literally put it. My percentage scale is about 55% Khabib, 45
Then you're
McGregor.
calling
Because it's
Khabib.
such a hard fight to pick. And
I know,
here's
but
why.
you're-
Wait, let me tell you
You
why.
can't do a percentage. You got to
No,
pick
I'm
one.
doing a percentage. Did he get in? Did he get in? He's good? He's good?
Yeah, he's
Okay,
good.
He's good. He's good. Kyle here is better at analyzing fights than just about anybody else.
Kyle was on our old podcast.
He was on the old podcast?
Yeah.
Kyle, say hi.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
There you go.
Lean in. Get on camera.
Get on the camera. Okay, no problem.
For those of you that don't know, Kyle's awesome. I love Kyle.
All right,
Love you too, Kevin.
Kevin, you got
Shots for
30
everyone. Here we go, guys. Shots,
You got 30
shots.
seconds.
Let's make more bad
so
decisions
you can
tonight.
basically see how Lunasea does.
Yep. It's a great place to be. Guys, here's to staying positive and testing negative.
All right.
You see the people at home how he smells.
I didn't curse on that one, so that's allowed
That
on
shows you how
air.
much trust I put in these guys.
So to answer your question, yes. I do think Khabib's going to win, but it's not a fight that I would bet on professionally, if that makes
Yep.
sense. I have a friendly bet with one of the bar regulars at the bar I work at, but that was just for fun. Like, it's a fight that I'm not too comfortable putting money on besides this little $5 bet I made with a friend because
Well, before we get further into it, we're going to stop because we have the co-main event coming on. We got another fighter we're going to bring on. When do you think we might see you out again?
out drinking or out
No, I
fighting?
see you out drinking all the time. When do
Yeah,
you
you
think
do.
we'll see you out
I'm
fighting?
going to be honest. I love to drink.
Are you gonna
I
be-
would hope
are you,
that
are you trying to come back to SFL? Or are we going to see you
Yes,
soon?
I got to figure out an injury thing, a potential injury thing. I won't get too into details because honestly, it's not y'all's business, guys.
Okay.
But
So
but I got to get it figured out, and then I will be back. Listen, Spartyka is one of my. You don't promote like Spartyka. Spartyka is an incredible promotion, and I cannot wait for them to fight again. I won't be able to fight on the October fight card, but I really hope to fight for them in the new year.
Well, you'll be out hanging out. I know we always see you at the fights, and we're excited to see the block
to give you
return.
that, and thank you. And that name goes out respect to my father, Kevin Bianchi Sr.
That's it.
But to give you my pick for tonight, it's a very hard fight to pick because both Conor and Khabib have the potential to take advantage of each other's weaknesses.
Yeah.
So it's going to come down to who has the better game plan and who executes the game plan better. I am very slightly leaning towards Khabib, but it really is anybody's fight. You have two of the most talented fighters in the world competing right now, and you don't get fights like this often. I mean, if you're a fight fan, you're living in heaven right now. You're incredibly. Watch this fight and be happy with it, because you don't. You don't get opportunities like this often. It's a tough fight to pick. It's two of the most talented people in the world. I'm slightly leaning towards Khabib, but stylistically, it's one of the most interesting matchups I've ever seen in MMA. And I've been watching MMA since before there was the UFC fights were in the 100s. I've been watching MMA for over 10 years.
I remember the first UFC. I'm that old. I'm not that old. If you
I'm younger than that.
If you come in to the ring with the energy that you talk with at a podcast, which I know you do,
yes, I do. Because you know why? Dragon Ball Z is what I have to thank for that. Because when I come out for a fight, I'm listening to music from either Dragon Ball Z.
Now you're talking Chris's language.
Yep. Yo, Chris, how good was the last story arc of Dragon Ball Super?
It's okay.
He's like, no, it's really good.
Zanaki versus Chris for the next Spartyka after that, because I'm not okay with him saying
we're going to kick you off here, and we're going to take a break. We're going to watch the Pettis Ferguson fight, and then we're going to bring back another guest who's actually, you can see, and he's on, and then we'll party it down.
Well, hop on, say hi real quick.
Hey, what's going on?
Right.
What's going on?
Introduce.
My name is Devon Alexander the Great Simons. I'll be fighting October 20th against.
I'm going to vouch for this guy. I've seen him fight before. Incredibly talented.
You have actually been on our show before, so this is not new to you.
Not at all. Not at all.
You're a veteran.
And I'm also going to give a shout out to everyone who voted for Anthony Pettis on my Instagram poll and tell you all, you are stupid. He's losing badly right now.
All right, we're going to come back with Devon. And Kevin's going to go and do more shots at the bar.
I am. I'm going to
Maybe we'll take a picture of him
more.
passed out in the sand later. Thank you for tuning in.
No. Y'all aren't getting another picture like that of me.
I have an awesome picture of you, Kevin. Just passed out
in the ring.
I've seen it. I wasn't
Sleeping
drunk that time.
in the
I
ring.
was just tired.
All right, SFL,
I don't pass out from drinking. I pass out from being tired.
SFL Radio,
I can handle my
SFL
alcohol.
36, UFC 229. We're at Lunasea, Wildin' Out. We'll see you guys soon.
Bye, guys.
SFL Radio.
We are back. SFL Radio. That was an awesome fight.
No doubt. That was incredible the whole way through.
We also have Kyle Duthie here with us.
Nice to see you guys again.
Kyle, here, move this closer to you, make it easier. So Kyle, back in our old podcast days, like what, 2 years ago, plus?
Yep.
Kyle was one of our guests. I think he was like episode 11 of our other podcast.
Right, for Uber driving.
Yep, for our Uber driver episode. And Kyle has an MMA background also, and kind of funny, he's friends with a lot of the fighters, and someone was like, hey, Kyle's showing up, and I was like, oh my god, dude, he was on my podcast like years ago. So we have him on today hanging out with us.
It's good to be here, brother.
Let's talk about your fight.
All right, so I'm fighting a guy named Frankie Jones, right? And I don't really know much about him, but evidently he's like 0-1, 0-2 from Northern Virginia. I haven't really found too much footage on him, but I'm not too worried about it because I know I've been working.
Yeah,
working hard, super hard.
So yeah, you guys heavyweight fight. He's I believe he's 0-2 from the Tapology. There's really not much information on him. I think his last fight was with Cagezilla 2015. So it's been a few years. I don't know if he was off an injury. I mean, I really don't have a lot of information on him, but we have a lot of information on you.
You're not going to ask you, since we don't know much about him, is that really messing with your head, or how's that working out for you?
Not at all. I rationalize it one of two ways. Either A, he has been working hard consistently and he's trying to get back in after 2 years or so, or option B, he's been training super crazy and he's ridiculously just overpowered now. And I just don't think that's feasible. So,
and overpowering you is it's not an easy thing.
Not at all.
You're a big guy, man.
SFL listeners are not stranger to Devon. You've been on our show before. You always put on a good show, man. I'm excited. I think it's going to be a great match. We have the graphic and the flyer coming out soon for it. Again, like I said, I don't even know anything about this guy, so I'm excited.
Me and Mike can only vouch for you because we've seen you fight.
Well, Mike, first of all, I want to take a moment to apologize for this last fight. It was embarrassing. It was very boring. It was uneventful.
That's debatable.
we see things differently from our little lofty perch. So rather than
it's a family show.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Talk about your last fight.
So I went up against Mark Johnson, right? And he's decent. I'm not gonna cut him short. He definitely won and he earned his W. But I think that whole third round debacle, they should have stood that up 30 seconds in because there was no advancing movement. It was he sat on top of me and he beat me, and I was really pissed about that. But I know if I would have kept it standing up, my plan was to same thing as the first fight, tire him out in the first 2 rounds and go for the knockout in the third. And he was definitely tired. Like he was definitely gassed. That's why he didn't want to get up.
Oh yeah.
And that was an L, and I took that. But we're gonna rewrite history this time around.
Yeah, and there was a lot of that leading up. There was a lot of smack talk and on his part, not your part. You are a class act as always.
I'm trying to stay humble. I'm trying to
Stay humble. I like
Well,
it.
you're confident. You're not cocky, and I think I'm excited to see what this match comes out at. Like I said, we don't know much about your opponent, but we'll see what happens at the thing. And I hope at the end, when we're done, you're sitting down with us on our little patio.
That's definitely part of the plan. I have it in my schedule right after the fight. I'm sitting next to
Come
you.
sit down with us.
He's already
Yes.
sent it in, man.
Yeah.
Not in pencil. He's ready. He made a decision for
I will
us.
I will be there.
No doubt. Winner's circle. We'll be coming back here at Lunasea. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna make it?
Well, we're doing the 19th. We're doing the weigh-ins here. So they're actually putting together. We were talking to some of the other guys earlier. We actually phoned in Elias and Tommy Kawazi. We did phone-in interviews. Yeah, we have like super high-tech stuff now. But
So
we did
Frankie,
that.
if you're listening, man, hit us up.
Yeah, I was gonna say Frankie Jones, whoever you are, we can get
us
you
up.
in. But they're doing a special food menu here at Lunasea. You've been here before, right?
Twice.
Okay. Yeah, they're doing a super big food menu for just for weigh-ins, which is gonna be cool. And then we're doing the after party here, which you could probably hear in the background. The party is definitely happening.
Like I said, this is one of those nights again. You don't want to get in a fight. Like you definitely,
yeah.
because there's a high chance you might get the right person.
That's right.
And next thing you know, you're gonna be the first dude in Lunasea history to get your arm broken by an arm bar.
Everybody in here knows something.
Yeah, well, so we did an after party at one of the Spartyka fight leagues, and like a couple of the champs had came out, and I got on the mic. I was DJing it, and I got on the mic, and I was like, tonight is not the night to pick a fight, because chances are you're gonna fight the wrong dude.
I'm super worried about that. Like, I don't want to end up fighting some Goliath. Like, I get it. I'm a heavyweight, but I'm only like 230, 240. Like, what if I get
Only
like
he goes only 230, 240.
That's crazy.
Where are you at? Where are you at?
I'm too heavy. At this point, I'm too heavy to fight.
You'll get it. You'll get it. So what? Are you coming to the fight? Are you gonna come the 20th?
I'll be underway.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Because you're okay. You're C duty now, so
Yeah, it sucks.
well, you'll miss it. Send me your email. I'll let you know what happened.
Most definitely.
Right? I want you to get in fighting shape and get back.
I actually have been thinking about it. I know next year in September we'll be in the shipyard, so I'm just going to get a personal trainer just to get myself back in shape, and then I'm going to go for the whole Muay Thai and MMA thing.
There you go.
Hey, you heard it here on SFL Radio. We're holding you to it, man.
That's right.
Hey, that's all good.
It's out in the universe.
And trust
now.
me, because we just did a podcast, and the next day I was like, hey, I'm going to train at UFC gym and in Muay Thai. And I was like, you're going to be there, right, Chris? He's like, yeah. I'm like, tomorrow you're going to actually be there. And he's like, yeah. He didn't show up.
No. Tell you I showed up. I was physically there. I just didn't work out.
He didn't train.
I went there to go sign
Then you
my
might as well
girlfriend.
not show up.
Yeah. So he's like, I went to the gym, and I'm like, yeah, but you didn't train.
It's the same thing.
Wasting gas, man.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Dennis Aguirre's got me in the back. I'm throwing up in the locker room after the training match.
That's the best kind.
I did. I trained with him on Monday. I did by myself. I did my own training on Tuesday because I realized on Monday how sad my cardio was. And then on Wednesday, I went and trained with Preston at the church, fight church.
As an independent fighter, it is so hard to get work in with other like schoolhouses.
Is it really?
Absolutely.
I was gonna say because we were talking about this before. Is like the difference between being like under a gym or under a banner and being an independent fighter.
It is not easy. Like some schools won't even let me be like walk-ins.
Why is that?
Because they kind of outside looking in, I think they feel like I'm like scheming. I'm like looking out, like researching all their people.
True.
That's not the case. I'm just a humble guy, just trying to get some good work in. So
Yeah, I was gonna say that, or they kind of think like if you're fighting, like either fight for us or don't train here type mentality.
Right.
So, well, we got a few, little connections we built up. If you want,
no, like I have a few
I'm not
places
fighting. I'm not gonna train with you. I'm freaking no way,
I'm wearing
man.
full body armor if you want to roll with me, man.
I'm always down to roll, man. I got to work on my ground game. That's why I like going to Diego Bispo and UFC gym. Like those are some quality schools,
Yeah.
quality fighters.
Do you ever do anything in Norfolk?
I heard about House of Muay Thai, but I've never been.
Yeah, come up to Norfolk. Well, no, in UFC gym Norfolk, because I know they got Daniel training and BJJ now there, and They got some awesome striking coaches. Dan Brooks, he's been on this show. They actually sponsor us. They sponsor the podcast. And so we'll get you, if you want to go up there and play around, man, we'll hook you up.
That sounds like a good time.
I'll hold pads for you, but that's about as far as you're going to get.
That's good enough for me. Every ounce, every second of every day, man.
Yeah.
Anything is progress.
Always. Well, hey, man, we got the main events coming up. UFC 229. You'll see. By the time you guys hear this, you'll know what happened. But who do you got for tonight? Before we get off.
I got Khabib. Honestly.
You do? Why?
I just feel like it's his time. He has the momentum. He has the striking. He has the ability. And I'm a big fan of McGregor. I'm a huge McGregor fan.
Yeah.
But I kind of don't want to see him win. I feel like it's time for the next step.
That's actually kind of a consensus that I've been getting from a lot of people. Like they don't want him to win.
Like if he does, good for him. Like he definitely deserves it because he trains hard. He works hard, and I love seeing people who work hard. But I feel like it's Khabib's time.
Yeah, this is probably one of the big. It's funny if you actually look at the hashtags on social media. This UFC has had like 3 to 4 times more than any other UFC just because of all the build up and press conferences and stuff. Kyle, who you got before we get off?
Oh man, this is a toss up, but I'm gonna have to go for McGregor tonight.
Okay, you got McGregor. Okay. Me and Chris,
I'm sorry.
as usual, we're retaining our Spartyka Fight League radio neutrality. We're not going to say who we want or who we think, but we'll see what happens at the end. All right, SFL Radio, thanks for tuning in. We're going to take a break. We'll be back at the end to say goodnight, and let's get it on.
SFL Radio.
Yo, that was so crazy.
That was a crazy fight.
So, you missed it. You were what? But like, I turned to Kyle and I go, shit, I think it's going to go to decision, man. Because I said, I don't think he's going to tap fucking McGregor out. And he goes, as soon as I said that, he gets him in the choke and he goes, you just made that happen.
I know, you called it. You said that. You jinxed him.
And then he tapped out. Yo, that was so crazy.
So, Connor, you can blame Mike for that.
Yeah, right. Great. Yo, but the crazy thing was, not even that. There was a fight going on outside the ring.
A bench clearing fight.
Crazy Russian guy. Woo, we love you.
Let's get an interview with somebody from Russia.
Right?
I see you.
So we're at Lunasea right now. There's a crazy Russian dude just shouting out. That was so nuts.
Yeah, they had a bench clearing fight at the very end.
Sarah, see you.
I see you too.
So there was cops fighting outside the ring. There was people fighting inside the ring. Like
people jumped over the ring to fight in the ring.
Right hands, water bottles.
Oh my God! It was like pandemonium there. Like people were just
pieces, condoms.
There is. But everybody here at Lunasea's having fun. There's one like literally crazy Russian guy just shouting in Russian. Exactly. Everybody else is chilling.
It was nuts.
All right. And then, like, as soon as he chopped out, the DJ like cranked up the system.
It was nuts.
Now everybody's partying. That was nuts, man.
That was nuts. That was crazy.
4th round. Wow.
The fight outside the ring.
They're still fighting.
They're still fighting.
If you missed this, you missed it. This was awesome.
This is WWE. When UFC.
This is
WWE.
why we watch UFC now,
right?
The storylines are amazing.
The drama.
Next thing out, Stone Cold's gonna come out.
Crack a beer.
Glass break.
Like they're holding him back. So Khabib won. I mean, that was it. Like, wow. But he dominated. He really dominated.
There was no
totally
contest.
Dominated every round. Every round. It was. He hit him with that right in the second round. He hit him with that overhand right. Just you could see McGregor was shook after that. But the crazy thing is, he came back from that. He's got that energy, man. Like I said, he reminds me of Brad Pitt from Snatch. That bare knuckle fight. Like he just doesn't quit, man. Like that would have put most people down.
That would have put practically everyone.
Almost everybody down. Yes.
I hate to say it, but I feel like that's the only way that. I mean, obviously the way Khabib's gonna have the definitive win is by submission.
Submission. Oh yeah.
I don't think he was gonna knock him out, but hey, he made him submit, and he possibly could have knocked him out after the fight because there was a little brawl afterwards.
Oh my God,
that was
crazy.
I haven't seen anything like that.
Well, it's time for us to party. So thank you for tuning in, Spartyka Fight League. Kyle, thanks for joining us once again.
Thanks for having me, brother.
Always a pleasure. We're here at Lunasea. 22nd and Atlantic Avenue, right on 22nd. It's October 19th, weigh-ins, October 20th, SFL 36 at the Ted Constant Center. Get your tickets. You can show up. We got VIP tables. We got a few still available. SFL after party right here at Lunasea. All things Lunasea going on for SFL right now. They are partnered up with us. This was an awesome night. Next press conference is coming up next week, Mona Lisa Pizzeria, like always.
Yum, yum.
We will see you guys there. Thanks for tuning in. Chris, you got anything?
SFL. Boom,
All right.
baby.
We'll see you
Boom.
guys next weekend. Peace.
SFL Radio.